Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, in a small village on the edge of a great forest, there lived a little girl named Red Riding Hood. She was so called because she always wore a bright red hooded cloak that her grandmother had made for her. Red Riding Hood was a kind and caring girl, and she loved nothing more than spending time with her grandmother. One day, Red Riding Hood's mother asked her to take a basket of fresh baked bread and some sweet treats to her grandmother, who lived deep in the forest. Red Riding Hood happily agreed and set off on her journey, skipping along the path as she went. As Red Riding Hood walked through the forest, she met a sly and cunning wolf. The wolf asked her where she was going, and Red Riding Hood, being an innocent girl, told him that she was going to visit her grandmother. The wolf hatched a plan to eat both Red Riding Hood and her grandmother, and he told her that he knew a shortcut through the forest that would get her to her grandmother's house much quicker. Red Riding Hood was grateful for the wolf's help, and she eagerly followed him through the forest. The wolf, however, had other plans. He ran ahead and arrived at the grandmother's house before Red Riding Hood. When he got there, he gobbled up the grandmother whole and disguised himself in her clothes. When Red Riding Hood arrived at her grandmother's house, she was surprised to see that the door was already open. She went inside and found the wolf lying in her grandmother's bed, disguised as her grandmother. The wolf pretended to be Red Riding Hood's grandmother and asked her to come closer. Red Riding Hood, being a polite girl, went to her grandmother's bedside. As soon as she got close, the wolf lunged at her, but Red Riding Hood was quick and ran out of the house. She screamed for help, and a woodsman who was nearby heard her cries. The woodsman rushed to her aid and, with his axe, killed the wolf. Red Riding Hood and her grandmother were overjoyed to be reunited, and they thanked the woodsman for his help. From then on, Red Riding Hood knew to be wary of strangers and to always be cautious when walking through the forest alone.